Hi, good evening, everyone, or good morning, or good wherever you are. Here we are in the middle of this, total craziness, trying to give a little bit of good information. And since everybody's at home with their dogs, the dogs are really happy, work from home. And I'm here with Vicki Salisbury, and she is a certified pet coach. I'm going to read you her bio, and I had it here and I just lost it. So she is a pet health coach certified in pet nutrition. And since everybody's home, now you have no excuse. You can do something special for your dogs. And she is a true advocate for well-being of pets, very passionate about sharing her knowledge in nutrition and natural solutions for common pet health issues. And her inspiration was her beautiful golden retriever, Sammy, whom she lost to cancer. And that is what fueled her into this new path. And her mission is to help improve the health and longevity of pets. So thank you, Vicki. And today our topic is functional foods. So tell us a little bit about that. What exactly does functional food, what does it mean?
Well, Lillian, I always refer back to my favorite quote from Hippocrates, which is, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." He believed that the things that you eat can help the body fend off disease, and that food should be the first line of defense, a disease defense, and uses a disease preventative mechanism. And functional foods definitely fit this description. These are foods that are jam-packed with positive health benefits on top of offering basic nutrition. And they range from berries to fish, but they all provide nutritive value while promoting good health and lowering the risk of disease, and therefore are often considered superfoods. I'm sure you've heard that term. And like humans, as a dog ages, their body will be less able to fight off disease and recover from daily physical and mental stress. So it's important that all dogs, especially seniors, are fed a healthy and functional diet to help them live a long and high quality life. But you just want to be sure that these foods are free of chemicals and additives, as this would defeat the whole purpose of feeding them in the first place. So it's best to look for non-GMO organic sources.
Okay. And that's a little tough right now, right?
Yeah, true.
Hopefully things will go back to normal in a few.
Right.
So in your experience, what health benefits the animals that people have added? Because this is, correct me if I'm wrong. So we're not saying about this needs to be the dog's whole diet.
No.
But by adding a little bit of functional foods a couple of times a week, even if it's just once a week or a couple of times a month, it's going to provide like an added layer of protection. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
What are the main things that you've seen, the main health benefits, the main changes that you've seen in your clients?
Yeah, and studies have shown, Lillian, there is a clear connection between feeding pets functional foods and the benefits that come as a result if they're consumed on a regular basis. And a diet that includes plenty of functional foods is one of the best protectors against common chronic diseases such as heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Other highlighted benefits include better digestion, reduction in inflammation, improved cognitive health, enhanced immune system, reduction in halitosis, which is, doggy breath, you can believe that, boosted energy and metabolism, maintenance of joints and strong bones, increased longevity, and just overall general good health. So as you can see, it runs the gamut with the amazing health benefits that can come as a result of feeding functional foods.
Yes, and cancer is a biggie for me because I bought this documentary, The Truth About Pet Cancer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the stats are horrifying.
I know.
And there's a couple of interviews with some doctors, and they say, these are older doctors and older veterinarians, and they said, when we went to veterinary school, cancer was considered a disease of the old age. And he says that now we see it in younger and younger and younger and younger patients. So it definitely points out to some sort of environmental component that we've introduced. So could you give us a few examples? Like if people wanted to start out, one thing that people, this is like a two-part question, because some people have been, I call it brainwashed, by the pet food companies, like you can only give kibble. Only, don't give like people food. Like people food is like, I mean, it's like if we ate poison. I mean, I don't know, like we eat people food and we're alive and well. So, so this myth about the people food, like don't add anything else. So
Yeah.
people are afraid, number one, and then number two, people think it's going to upset their dog's stomach. And then what would be, let's say, if we do this like in little increments, like what is, say, the safest thing to start, and then as people feel more comfortable and also the dog digestive system adapts, what are the other things that you recommend adding?
Right. Well, one of my personal favorites is blueberries. You probably eat them. I know I eat them daily. They're full of antioxidants that support cellular health and fight oxidative stress. So they can help with brain health and protect against cancer and heart disease. And as far as how many blueberries to give your dog, there's really no single defined dose for them because it's food. So I typically give my 40-pound dog maybe 5 or 6, and this has worked well for her. Maybe for a smaller dog, just a few should suffice, and then for larger dogs, 8 or 9 berries. But you just want to see what works for your particular dog. Every dog is different. And as with anything, you want to introduce them gradually, just a couple at a time and see how they do with that.
Okay. Anything else? How about
Yeah.
eggs?
Another one would be canned wild sardines. My dog absolutely loves those.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that they're in water and no salt added. They're an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory and can help with arthritis, support the immune system, and protect the heart. In addition, they do support cognitive function, so they offer some tremendous benefits. And typically a can contains about 4 sardines, and my 40-pound dog gets about 1 sardine twice a week. So for a dog that weighs 20 pounds, for example, I'd shoot for maybe half a sardine twice a week, just to kind of give you an idea. But you're going to need to use the can within a couple of days of opening because unfortunately the fats are quite fragile. So, if you want to indulge in a sardine or two, you can certainly do that. Another great thing is kefir. This is a fermented milk drink. It's a wonderful aid in boosting gut health. You may or may not have heard of it, but it does contain several major strains of friendly bacteria that aren't found in yogurt. And it also contains friendly yeast, which can control yeast overgrowth in your dog, such as Candida, which can wreak havoc on your dog's health.
Yeah.
Kefir is a multitude of vitamins and minerals, as well as a wide variety of probiotics for amazing healing qualities. And it can help prevent allergies in your dog and help with gastritis, pancreatitis, and joint disease, to name a few. It's even been shown to reduce the risk of some cancers. So another powerhouse to add to your dog's diet.
Okay.
And as far as like a feeding guideline, maybe like small dogs give between 1 teaspoon and 1 tablespoon. Medium would be 1 to 2 tablespoons, and a larger dog 2 to 3 tablespoons. Again, don't get too caught up on exact amounts, but that seems to be like a great guideline to follow for kefir. Have you heard of kefir, by the way?
I have. I don't have like a good health food store really near that I can buy it. What about, I have heard a lot, and this I have seen in some of the health food stores. I think it's yogurt made from goat's milk. Do you recommend that?
Yeah, that would be another good one, because I think goat's milk is a great way to introduce, with the yogurt, because yogurt on its own, but if you're using goat's milk, that's even better.
Okay.
Definitely. I actually give my dog goat's milk on its own sometimes, but that's hard to find as well. So, but whatever you can do, I think kefir is becoming more popular, so you are able to find it more readily, like in the organic section of your grocery aisle, in the dairy section.
Okay, and even if it's refrigerated, it still has the good properties? It's not, the bacteria
Yes.
alive?
Yeah,
Okay.
most definitely. And the other one, Lillian, that I would say lastly would be bone broth. This is one of the most nutritious things that you can add to your pet's diet. Some people like to make it for their pets, and there's plenty of online recipes. I like the one from Dr. Judy Morgan. She's a popular veterinarian online, but there are so many out there. So if you like to cook, and this is a good time to do it when you're home, or you can just purchase some, specifically made for pets. And it's loaded with glucosamine as well as other joint protecting compounds like chondroitin and hyaluronic acid. It helps detox the liver and promotes a healthy gut and bone and brain health. So again, another great thing to add to your dog's diet. And she gets, my dog gets about 2 tablespoons of bone broth per meal, but remember again, it's food, so don't get too hung up on exactly how much to give your dog.
That is super important. So I love it because all these things, it couldn't be simpler. And don't be scared if you don't cook about the bone broth, because I make it, and it's, you put a pot, you put water, you add either lemon or organic apple cider vinegar, because that is what leaches the nutrients from the bone. You can use any type of bone, and you let it barely simmer when it's just like bubbling on the top, and you just leave it there for a day, 24 hours, and you have the most amazing broth. I do it for the dogs, and I keep it in the refrigerator, and it's super easy to, ladle a little bit on top of the food. And the dogs lick, when I put the bone broth, the bowl licking is like for 3 or 4 minutes after they're done. And then you can add it to your own food, like if you're making sauces or, cooking anything, even a regular soup, you add some of this, and it gives it a wonderful flavor, and it's super nutritious. The kefir, the same thing, is just pour a little bit. And the sardines, I don't know, I do recommend anything that comes in a can. I don't leave it in the can. I tend to put it like in a Pyrex, in some sort of glass container.
Right. Okay.
Cans tend to have this coating that's not, so it's just better. And then you can close it airtight, and then it'll keep a little longer. And sardines are so easy to split. So if you have multiple dogs, like I do, like it's like that, like each dog gets 1 or 2 sardines, and they love it. That's another bowl.
They love fish, don't they? It's great. It's so
and do this experiment. If you put kibble and you put your functional food, you will see your dog go like, whoa, straight for that. One more thing that I wanted to ask you, because it's super, I'm looking for easy, right? Because at this time, we don't want to burden people with too much stuff or get complicated.
Right.
How about eggs? Because I give my dogs lots of eggs.
Yeah,
and I give them raw. I don't have an issue with that. But like a poached egg or a scrambled egg, would that be a good thing? Or you'd rather do?
I like to crack a raw egg over my dog's food sometimes. A lot of people don't feel comfortable with that, but it's one of the most biologically valuable foods out there. So if you feel comfortable doing that, obviously you want to make sure it's organic, free range. But if you don't, sometimes you could just like lightly cook it, like, scrambled egg or something like that. I'm sure the poached would be good too. It's definitely a good addition to your dog's diet. I would definitely
be easier, right? Chick, done.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you, Vicki. Thank you for all these tips. And I really hope that this is helpful for those of you that are wanting to upgrade your dog's food, upgrade your dog's health. Remember, food is the best medicine. And that apple a day keeps the doctor away, right?
Yeah. I can see functional foods can make quite an impact on your pet and their well-being, and they promote the optimal health and help reduce the risk of disease. So why not start introducing it into their diet, and as well as your own? So you'll be really glad that you did. It's definitely beneficial in so many ways.
And I always tell my students, like, listen, either pay a little bit more for good food or pay the vet, right? Because a vet visit is ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. So, a little bit can go a long way. So although, yes, buying organic is a little bit more expensive, in the long run, if we could, and of course it's hard to prove, but you'll see it in improvement in coat. Even if the bad breath goes away, it's worth it. Okay, well, thank you so much, Vicki. This has been awesome. And hopefully we'll get our act together and do this more often. It's been lots of things happening.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. And be safe out there and stay positive.
Wash your hands.
This
will pass. This too shall pass.
This too shall pass, most definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.